Hello and welcome to a quick look. Me, GamerWolfSix, of another furry visual novel, one that someone suggested to me as well. Actually, pretty much all these are something that were suggested to me. And yeah, it's NSFW at some point. And being the title's not here, but it's When Stars Fall. Going to read the synopsis of this game and maybe turn down the music just a tad bit more. Hyena. So, the synopsis is a furry visual novel. Bright Eyes? Didn't think there would be singing here. Nice. It's a furry visual novel set in the world of Eamia, where the main character, that being us, Marcus Carver, wakes up in an empty field with no memories save his name, and on his journey to find answers, and he gets enrolled in an academy. And we're human for some reason. I'm gonna guess it's to endear people to it, because this person's a woman. There's not enough, lyrics in video games, or in furry visual novels. Man, at the end of Winds of Change, woof, that kinda... And in the middle of Winds of Change, that's pretty good. But anyways, enough about that. Oh, though I guess I should also note that this is a cancelled project. But somebody wanted to... wanted me to check it out anyways. So it's free on itch.io. That's pretty much it. If you want me to do a let's play of this cancelled game, then tell me, and I'll go through it. So let's reset my face. And start. Where am I? It's behind me. Am I dreaming? I can't feel anything. I don't remember. It's so dark. No light. No sound. Nothing. Just emptiness. At least I can read that kind of thing. Cursive? No, can't do that. Sorry, I had to remember. Well, I don't remember because I have amnesia. I closed my eyes, which didn't make a difference in this dark place. I tried to remember something. A name, a face, a feeling, anything. But nothing came. It's as if there was nothing before I woke up in this moment. I opened my eyes. I don't remember anything. That's okay. You're here, and not here. Between. Nowhere and everywhere. Even trying seems to be working. Let's keep going. Even trying seems to be working? A strange orb was floating in front of me now, and that ethereal voice seemed to be coming from it. I still wasn't sure what was going on, but at least it wasn't as dark. It still bothered me that I couldn't remember anything before this. Although you don't have your memories, your body may remember details you do not. Tell me, what do you feel? I tried to hold my hands in front of me, but I saw nothing. I looked down at my body, but there was nothing there. Do not think or try to see, simply feel. I closed my eyes again. Even though I couldn't see my body, I could feel it. It felt... And this is where you choose your stats. Do you pick sword, wand, or staff, or shield? I guess strong. I could feel the way my muscles and my arms flexed with power and strength. My body felt like it had been built for heavy lifting and fighting. I feel strong. Very good. I opened my eyes. And I could see the light getting brighter. Thoughts and memories began to come back to me, slowly, but I could feel myself remembering. I could remember what it was like to be sad, to be scared, to be lonely. Yeah, I remember what it's like to be lonely. All the time. I could remember what it was like to be happy and to be filled with joy. Yeah, I can't say the same. More importantly, I felt the sense of hope grow within me as the light became stronger. The grasp of this between place is loosening. We must keep going. I found myself getting curious, and I wanted to know more. Who are you? Who are you? The arm flickered slightly and emitted a soft sound that could have been a chuckle. I am a wanderer just like you. And like you, I no longer remember the details about myself, such as a form, where I came from, or even a name. Also, now that I think about it, it said wanderer. I think the person that made this game is also making or made 2 other games. I think I can quickly just go to that thing. Or maybe not. I thought it was somewhere. Anyways. No, that was somebody else. Okay. However, unlike you and many others here, I am not unaware of what goes on here, or what this place is. Okay, what's grasp? How can a place have a grasp? This place is like a prison. It traps those who are lost or wandering. Those that find themselves here are doomed to wander the darkness forever, unaware of who they were, where they came from. So it's like that Kingdom Hearts realm, the darkness. They spend eternity with no knowledge of this place or any other outside of it. No one here has seen the light or escaped. Until now. That is why you must keep going. You must keep trying to remember anything you can. Between place. You said this was the between place. Between where? You'll come to understand in time. It's between the worlds, like that place you go on a gunny ship to fly through. Put simply, it's a void between worlds. Oh, you mean space? It goes by many names. Purgatory, the abyss, limbo, the void, and so on. It is often thought to be the place between life and death, though it's much more complex than that. There's nothing else. Alright. I may not know where I'll end up instead, but I know I don't want to stay here. Yes, focus on those feelings, those desires. Tell me, what else do you desire? Love? Like, not just, getting jiggy with it, but also, like, friends, and loved one stuff. I've only began to remember emotions and desires, but I remember love. I want to find love. I want to dance with somebody. I want to love others and be loved, to have that strong bond with others. The light grew brighter and stronger in this place, as the place was indeed losing its grip on me. The whole world shook, as the otherworldly sound pierced through me. What was that sound? They sense our presence. They're coming for us. They who? The Devaishi. What the hell? Apparently I've remembered the concept of hell. Are the Devaishi. They are creatures of the void. They are also wanderers here, constantly seeking out the other lost souls and wanderers of this place. When they find others, they devour them and become stronger and more monstrous. For them, it is nothing but instinct, a futile attempt to quell their insatiable hunger. You must hurry if you are to break free of this place. I wasn't exactly sure how, aside from remembering, but how do I force a memory? Look behind me, the surroundings stayed the same. No sign of that creature yet, So there was still time to figure it out. Okay, ask me another question and make me remember something else. I can't make you remember anything. You've done that on your own. I've merely been offering stepping stones. Well then, do you have any more stepping stones? We've learned so far that the key to escaping this place seems to be connected to your will somehow. Think more about exactly why you want to leave this place. Well, for starters, I don't want to be devoured by a Devershi. That's a start, but I mean, you should think about something you want to dedicate your time to. Something outside this place, something you want to strive toward, and put your energy toward. Something to strive toward? When I get out, I want to find out if I had... Poon. I love her. A big furry guy with a big knot. Yeah, let's just say family. A family. Everyone has one, right? I want to know where they are and who they are. The more I think about it, the more questions I have. Sorry, I did have coffee today, but man, reading makes me yawn for some reason. I think it's because I spend more air on talking than actually breathing. Maybe need deep breaths. Like, were there people out there who missed me? Who was I? Who knew I was gone? How did I end up here? I must have had a life before I wound up here. I want to find out more that what my life was like and who I was. I needed to get out of here so that I can find the answers to the questions I have. I'm over being stuck in this darkness. I think we're almost there. Just a little more. I think we'll The sound of the Devashi got louder and closer. I was running out of time. They would be on me at any moment. I could feel the way opening. I just need one last push to break through. But all thoughts left me when I turned around and saw the thing that's coming for me. It looked like a living shadow. Black smoke swirled in its wake and barreled its way towards me. As the creature grew closer, all I could think of was when to escape, needing to escape. I didn't want to die. Then it came, like a whisper in my ear, but I didn't recognize the voice that whisper belonged to. I knew what it said. It was my name. My name. No, wait, a name. My name. I turned back towards the light. Without a second thought or hesitation, I screamed it out. I remember. It's Marcus. My name is Marcus. The road shook again, and I could feel the break as the light around me fractured. Was it light? Wind and light raced by as I propelled towards the crack in the world. The last thing I heard was the roar of the Devaishi as it turned and failed to stop me from escaping as it tried. So bright. I sat up and waited for my eyes to adjust, staring directly at this really bright thing. Oh wait, it's the sun, I shouldn't stare at it. The first thing I noticed was the headache I had. The second thing I noticed was my surroundings. Oh, it's jolly old England, ain't it? I didn't recognize this place. It was a field by the side of the road. Glancing around, there was no other people, likely for miles, but there was a small pond and a willow tree. I walked over to the pond and knelt down. The water was so calm and clear that I could see my reflection. Character customization is still a whip. Well, not anymore, I guess, since it's cancelled. I hope to have a visual aspect with the more choices one day, but for now, it's merely a few questions with defined choices. Skin color. I guess fair. Color of your eyes. Boo-woo. How long is your hair? Short. Or is the color of your hair brown? Is this your choices? Yes. My hair was a bit disheveled, and my face had a little dirt on it, but otherwise I looked pretty good. I scooped some water from my hands and scrubbed my face, trying to clean it a bit before running my hands through my hair, trying to make it more presentable. While waiting for the water to calm again, I see the results of my peering. I glanced down at my clothing. I was wearing my shirt. I was wearing plain brown tunic. I love that game. That was slightly open from the chest and loose fitting. My pants were also brown, but fit more snugly. Both my shirt and pants seemed made of the same cloth material. On my feet were some plain leather boots that came halfway up my calves. Other than my clothes, I had nothing else on me that I could find after a quick pat down across my body. Once the water calmed, I gave myself a once-over and decided to look as good as I could given the circumstances. My headache subsided and I stood. Oh no, I'm still black. Well, what should I do now? I'm a shadow person. Explore the field more. Oh, the road? I guess follow the road. Let's go somewhere. Well, actually, was it time? Yeah, it's early. I was like, we should probably check the time. Because the thing about visual novels and, real-time strategy is time can move really weird. There's so many times where I'm like, and it's like, what, 10 minutes? Oh, it's been 45 minutes. Bugger. So I thought I had a notification. I looked over the edge of the road. There's nothing as far as the eye could see in either direction. Maybe shut my face too. Actually, it's pretty good. Well, the road's got to lead somewhere, right? It could end to a dead end, though. It do be like that. Which direction? Sorry, Neon. Should I head? I should head to yes. I went left and started walking up the road. After it seemed like hours before I heard sounds of hooves approaching behind me. I turned and saw a horse-drawn carriage coming up from behind. The carriage was intricately designed, with fine wood and sturdy wheels. I turned down. The audio doesn't sound too big, but it does sound a little something. But the thing, it is kind of funny when you do some visual novels and it's like, okay, so there's horsemen, but also there's donkeys that are feral? Non-anthro donkeys? How does that work? That one being Echo. Where it's like, okay, there's a donkey-drawn carriage piloted by a horseman. Because it do be like that sometimes. It was pulled by a magnificent-looking white stallion, which was decorated with fine leather brooding. I moved to the side of the road to avoid being run over, but I hoped the coachman would have stopped before that. I still wouldn't risk it. Before he could flag the carriage down and ask for directions to, well, anywhere, the carriage was guided over and stopped in front of me. Being so close, I could see that the carriage was much fancier than I had originally thought. It was crafted out of beautiful dark wood. All across the dark surface, golden swirls and knots of blue were inlaid. I let my gaze follow the swirl edge panels all the way up to the small window where they formed an arch across the top of the window, and then spread upward and outward like sunbeams. My view inside the carriage was blocked by a curtain of red and gold. The gossamer curtain pulled back and a fox greeted me. At least I thought it was a fox, but from what I could see of its body through the small window, it was more like a man than an animal. And it was wearing what could be a suit. Hello, might you be headed to the academy as well? It talks. A few days on the road, and I seem to have forgotten my manners. The fox man chuckled and reached out his hands out the window towards me in greeting. His hand was covered in fur and had claws that looked well manicured and purposely dulled. Silas Tygald. I hastily reached up and shook the foxman's hand. I'm Marcus. He grinned broadly and shook my hand. A pleasure to meet your acquaintance, Marcus. Tell me, are you also headed to the academy? Truth, I don't know where the hell I am. Well, actually, I woke up in the field back down the road a ways, and I honestly don't remember how I got here. So I decided to walk down the road in hopes of finding some sort of town or something. Silas frowned. I see that's it seems like a troubling predicament. I'm afraid you're in quite for a long walk then. The nearest town is 2 days south of here. He gestured in the opposite direction of where I had been heading. Your next best option would be the academy, which is only a day's travel north by carriage. Silas rubbed his chin in thought. For a moment later, his eyes brightened and he grinned at me again. I know, ride with me to the academy. I'm sure someone there will be able to help you make sense of what happened. Or at the very least, you'll have a place to stay and a hot meal. Yay, free food. I wasn't sure if it was the best idea to hitch a ride with a stranger I had only met. Yeah. Especially a stranger who is also a fox. I mean, foxes are trustworthy. Don't be like that. But he seemed friendly enough, and it would be much quicker than walking there on my own, and possibly getting lost or attacked on the road. Not that I'm questioning your kindness, but you seem awfully trusting of a stranger on the side of the road. My parents always say that I tend to trust people too easily, though I like to think myself as a good judge of character. The same could be said of you. After all, you freely told the first passerby you have no recollection of your whereabouts, or if anyone knows where you are. Yeah, when he puts out like that, it makes you sound like an easy target for kidnapping, or worse. You make a good point. How's this then? If you promise you're not some sort of thief or con artist, and I promise that my coachman, meaning no ill will, then will you take me up on my offer? I guess it's either that, or I start walking, and still risk getting kidnapped or killed on my own. That would actually be great. I promise that I'm telling the truth, and I don't want to hurt you or your employee. That's comforting to hear, Marcus. I can put my fears of being taken advantage of by a handsome wanderer at ease. Though if you want to take advantage of me, then that's fine. That part of a fox is true. Click. Sometimes I wonder if my I should probably get a new one. Silas winked at me and smiled. I also promise that I have been forthright with you and intend you no harm. Thank you, Silas. But of course, now come around the other side and I'll let you in. He quickly disappeared behind the curtain, and I could hear the latch being unfastened. I made my way around to the other side of the carriage, and Silas opened the door for me, ushering me inside. Damn. You got it all put out. I've seen some fancy carriages, at least, like fantasy and whatever. I've never seen one that was like, and here's a place for tea, and here's the various assortment of wines, and what looks like to be things that could be stuff other than wines. Though, I haven't actually read the book. I only watched a show of Game of Thrones where there's like a stagecoach that is like 3 stories tall. Anyways, from the outside, the carriage looked finely crafted and expensive. On the inside, it looked 10 times more so. Silas gestured at the seat opposite the one he was sitting. Now that I could see him fully, I saw that he was indeed wearing a suit, or a version of one. It was an exquisitely tailored dark green doublet with golden trim. His pants were black, and had similar gold trimming along the sides. The cuffs of the pants were tucked into the black leather boots. What I hadn't really noticed before was how the green of his suits paled in comparison to his emerald eyes. If I had to guess, his suit was tailored specifically with his eyes in mind. I pulled my own eyes away from his gaze before I stared too long. Silas closed and latched the carriage door and whistled. The carriage lurched gently and began moving. He kept grinning at me, and I noticed his tail twitching slightly, like he was trying to keep it under control, but couldn't completely. So, you don't remember anything of how you ended up in that field? I tried to recall the details, but anything before that moment I woke up was just blank. And then my gaze jumped to the floor. No, the last thing I remember is waking up here. When I try to remember anything before that, there's nothing. I don't remember where he came from or where I was headed. The only thing I can remember is my name. How curious, I do love a good mystery. Perhaps someone in the academy may recognize you. Though we still have a bit of a journey ahead of us. Who knows? Perhaps it will be only a matter of time for your memories to return. You keep mentioning the academy, but what exactly is that place? Ah, right. Without your memories, you wouldn't know. Give me a second. GamerWolfSix Academy of Martial and Mystical Arts is the academy's full name, but most people shorten the academy to Gamma, to the academy or Gamma. It's a college for those looking to pursue a living in a capability outside more mundane jobs. Many students that graduate move on to life and adventure, bounty hunting, monster slaying, and so on. Huh. You wouldn't think bounty hunting would be someplace that people going to academy do. I don't know. Others may move on to more academic pursuits in the fields of arcanum research or history or medicine. The academy provides resources and trainings for those individuals. While many people apply to get in, few are selected. It's a very prestigious academy, and rightly so. Some of the most world-renowned adventurers, healers, architects, and mages have graduated from the academy. Now, when I read that, it's like architect, like building stuff, but the way it's written, it's like magic tech. Oh, am I gonna ask him this stuff? Tell me about adventure. Adventure? What is this adventure? Like exploring caves, slaying dragons, saving princesses? Silas laughed. Something like that, but not always as glorious as people dream it to be. Most of the time, adventurers are hired to guard someone, escort merchants from one town to another, cull the number of smaller monsters, or just increase security during some events. It's rare that adventurers are hired for something as daring as as rescuing princesses from tall, dragon-guarded tower, but there are some that do go on and accomplish great feats of heroism. Is there anything else you'd like to know? Monster slaying. Monster slaying? Like fighting and killing goblins and slimes and things? Whoa. Why would you want to kill the goblin? They're civilized people like us. Indeed, there are many creatures in this world that mean harm to people, and adventurers and mages are often hired to dispatch those threats. However, most of the time, they're just hired to reduce the number of giant rats in town sewers, or push back some smaller monsters that may be getting too close to a city's borders. Is there anything else you'd like to know? Okay, that just snapped a memory that I can't, I think maybe it's Mass Effect, where, you click on this thing, and then it's like, is there anything else you'd like to know? Is there anything else you'd like to know? Kind of thing. Magic. Mystical, arcanum mages? Are you saying that magic is real, and the Academy can teach it to people? Oh, right. Without a memory, I suppose you wouldn't have knowledge of it. Magic is quite real, and with proper training and study, just about anyone can learn to wield it. Silas made a simple hand gesture in the air, and a small mote of light floated in the air between us. You just made light. Silas chuckled, and with a twitch of his index finger, the ball of light shifted between different hues of colors and danced around the inside of the carriage. I was mesmerized. As the light danced in front of me, I reached out and touched it gingerly. My hand passed through it, briefly disrupting the glow, but otherwise leaving it unaffected. It's amazing. Silas smiled softly at me. Yes, it is. With a dismissive wave of his hand, the light vanished. Magic is my favorite thing in the world, and my passion. That is why I'm joining the Academy. I want to learn more about it, and learn how to utilize it in many ways. While my family and peers all expect me to excel in the mage course and be top class, like all the generations of Tailglands before me, I have no interest in doing that for them. I am doing this for myself. Silas gave me a considering look. You know, we have a bit of travel time until I reach the academy. If you'd like, I can try and teach you the basics of magic. I only just learned that magic was real. Do I really want to waste his time like that? Yes. Sure, it could be fun to learn some basics. Silas grinned. Wonderful. Also, he offered, and he seems interested in doing it. We can start the lesson shortly, but first, is there anything else you'd like to know? Is there anything else you'd like to know? About Silas. Oh, who? If it's not too rude to ask, who exactly are you? Not that I can say for sure, with the amnesia and all, but I don't think I've ever seen a foxman before. It's a little rude, but I'll let it slide, considering your circumstances. Silas winked at me. I'm a beastman, raised of humanoid animals. In the past, most of my kind had secluded themselves to avoid civilization out of fear. We were hunted and slayed as monsters. Woof. It's only been the past century that we've integrated ourselves in society as large. So I guess shit's gonna be kinda hard still, because a century isn't that long of a time, that's 100 years. We're still a minority in many areas. It's not uncommon to see us around now. In fact, there are quite a lot of beastmen attending and graduating from the academy in recent years. I'm sure you've met many more of us. Are beastmen still hunted or treated like monsters? Silas' expression turned somber. Most nobles and politicians will tell you no, that beastmen have been welcomed into society and have equal rights with other humanoid races. In truth, there are still many beastmen who are persecuted and killed for spite or in sport. There are even rumors that beastmen hides are sold at high prices on the black markets. People still fear and hate us in many places, if only less openly. Well, let's not dwell on that for now. Is there anything else you'd like to know? Family. Also, let me just clear my throat some more. And checking the time. Okay. Not a bride or anything, but your carriage and clothes seem high class. Is your family rich or something? You seem to hesitate for a moment before answering. Yes, suffice to say, my family is well off, and as distasteful as it is, they enjoy letting people know it. Their family has been attending the academy for a while, and is one of the cornerstone families that support the academy. I couldn't say no to attend the academy, even though I'm the youngest of my siblings. The honor of the family rests on my shoulders, and I am expected to uphold our legacy at the academy. While I may not like the added expectations, it's always been my dream to attend the academy, family name or not. You had mentioned earlier that all you can recall is your name. Do you remember your family name? Okay, what's default? My family name is Carver. Marcus Carver. I like it. Though, I can't say your surname stands out in the academy, in my memory. I'm sure we can look into public records for possible matches at the academy. I hope so. I sure hope. Is there anything else you'd like to know? I think I know enough for now. Fair enough. Shall we start with your magic lessons now? I leaned forward in my seat. For a moment, I forgot my current situation, and I was excited to learn more about magic and using it. Yes. Silas smiled. I'll skip over magical theory and the origin of magic, since likely I'll go over that at the academy if you go into Magic affiliate program. It's kind of weird that it's like, well, there's places in Prestigious Academy and many people don't get into it, but you just woke up in a field, so they'll, admit you, right? The most basic information about magic you should know is that the world is infused with it on to the very core. And sorry, I'm not being like, let me pull this game apart or anything like that. I just like making jokes that it's like, I just like making jokes and maybe being a little nitpicky for fun. The energy known as mana suffuses, whatever, the earth, the air, and all living things to some degree. Without even realizing it, your body naturally absorbs and expends mana constantly. Mages train to harness the mana in the world around them. By controlling the flow of mana, they are able to use magic for various purposes. Mana and magic have been used in combination with technology, giving birth to Arcadium devices and Arcanumus for short, The technique for infusing objects with mana is known as enchantment weaving. There are actually special courses offered for mages that want to become architects and work on the arcanums, and yeah, I would save that to be like, hey, that's a typo, but game cancelled. It do be like that. Silas took one look at my confused expression, chuckled, and rubbed the back of his neck. Well, who knows? This game could be picked up by somebody and continued, which will then be dropped and picked up by somebody else. That will be continued and then dropped and picked up by somebody else that will be continued, and we'll see. I'm making a joke about Morinatsu because that game was like done for all except 2 routes, and then like several people would pick it up and then drop it. Though I think Homecoming might actually still be going. I'm not sure. But and then maybe you could talk about the Legend of Crystal, which people constantly would pick up and drop. It do be like that in the furry community. My apologies. I tend to get excited when discussing magic. Forgive me for getting ahead of myself. What you really need to know is that by sensing the magic inside you and around you, you can learn to manipulate it and use magic. The first step is to know your own mana. Close your eyes. As he said. It's dark in here. Good. I want you to focus on your breathing and relax your body. You want me to focus and relax? Indeed. Seems like an oxymoron, but alright. I focus on my breath in and out. I thought that was what that word meant, but then I found I looked it up and it wasn't that. Oxymoron. A figure of speech which apparently contradictory terms in conjunction. Faithful, unfaithful, kept him falsely true. Well, it seems like there's 2... No, there's other characters. Okay. There's a fox. There's a hyena. There's a dragonkin. A wolf beastman. And... German sheep sky? Yeah, and focus breathing in and out. Am I supposed to just breathe? How many breaths? Should I breathe fast or maybe slow? Crap, I forgot to relax. I heard Silas shift from his seat, and then felt the cushion move slightly as he sat next to me. Easy now. Deep breath in. I breathed. And now out. Exhaled. Good. Again. In deep and out slow. I focused on my breaths again, syncing them with Silas's instructions. Perfect. Now, as you exhale, feel the tension in your body melt away. Let your muscles relax. I should probably, meditate and do stuff like that. Especially if I feel like, not good. I breathed in, and then out. This time, I shifted my focus to my body. With each breath, out as I brought my focus downward from the top of my head to the bottom of my feet. With each mental pass and exhale, my muscles relaxed. You're pretty good at this, Marcus. The next step is to envision the mana inside your body and to feel it flow as it courses through your body. Imagine a pool of water inside your guts, connected to the pool of hundreds of rivers, and bring the water into the pool and let the water flow out again in a constant cycle. Yeah, I feel like, I'm not sure if it's my keyboard. I don't get a wired keyboard. So like a heart, but instead of pumping blood, it pumps mana? Very astute, yes. However, the pool of mana isn't in your chest. It resides in your guts, here. I felt his hand press firmly into my abdomen and linger, just below my navel. I tensed a little, would focus on my breathing, and force myself to relax again. His hand is so warm. In my mind, I follow the warmth of his hand into my abdomen, and imagine that well of power deep within my gut. I followed each branching river from that well in my mind's eye, as the mana coursed through my whole body. So, chakras and stuff. Breathe deep. Maybe I need more coffee, but I had 2 cups of coffee. Or mugs, to be honest. Open my eyes. Now, feel your mana rise from you, as well as travel through your arm to your hand. Then, copy my movements and say, Magiluminous. I watched him carefully and mimicked the motions he made, all while imagining my mana flowing upward into my hand. Magiluminous. I felt the mana course through my palm, and it cupped a small orb of light. I did it! I actually used magic! I smiled broadly and looked at Silas. He seemed pleased. Impressive. Wow, I'm getting all yawny. And throaty. I mean, I guess I am kind of tired. It's been a hot minute. Let's just check my face. Maybe I should, I don't know. I've been sleeping like enough hours, I think, but I don't know. I hate waking up tired. Anyways, impressive. You managed to do it on your first try. Not bad for someone who's never used magic before. Thank you for teaching me. I waved my hand in a submissive fashion, like I saw Silas do earlier, and the light vanished. Nice work. Perhaps you have a chance of getting into the mage program at the academy. Will you teach me more? Perhaps in a while. It's best to let your mana recover. The more you use without replenishing your own reserve, you increase the risk of a burnout. A burnout? Yes, everyone has a limited amount of internal mana. It varies from person to person. Some have more than others, while others have less. It's still unknown exactly what determines a person's inherent amount of mana. Well, since we're the main character, we probably have unlimited amounts of it or something. You know, like some kind of Naruto thing. Regardless, if you expend your mana's reserves and keep pushing, you will burn out. So if you burn out, I won't be able to cast spells until I have more mana? His expression turned serious. Yes, but there's even greater risk that you could lose yourself to magic entirely, or expend your own life force. Think of magic like a flame, and mana as oxygen. Give the flame enough oxygen, and it will thrive. Too little, it will go out. Too much, and you risk an out-of-control blaze. Magic is the amount of balance and knowing your own limits is about. If you push past your limits too hard and too often, you could end up killing yourself. That is what it means to burn out. Oh, I see. Some magic is really dangerous. No, it's so magic. True, however, it's no more dangerous than picking up a sword and charging into a battle. Given enough practice and experience, you can master magic, and the risks at burnout at that point is minuscule. Though I would worry. Like, maybe it's kind of the thing where he's like, this guy could have low amount of mana pool, but I feel like having a little ball of light for like a couple of seconds, if you're worried about burnout from that, I would be like, wow, that's kind of worrisome. We'll play Elder Scrolls 6 whenever it comes out. Maybe when I'm, 6 years old? It will be good, because I love Skyrim. I think I played through it all the way 3 times? Maybe? Anyways, for now, just focus on feeling the mana inside of you, and knowing how it flows in and out. Based on the amount of mana you use to cast that mage-like spell, it shouldn't be too long before it's replenished. In the meantime... Want to suck my dick? See this, glance over at the bar under the window. May I offer you some refreshments? To be frank, it packed entirely too much food. After all, it was only Mr. Jurta, my coachman, and myself traveling. I was beginning to worry that much of it would go to waste. Oh sure, thanks. Silas prepared us a small plate of bread and cheese for us. He then opened a bottle and poured the liquid into 2 glasses and handed one to me. The liquid was amber in color and seemed rather thick, but it smelled sweet. It reminded me slightly of honey. So, Marcus, what shall we toast to? To kind strangers, to new friends, to free rides, to magic. New friends. To making new friends with a kind Twavuo. Just blinked at that, and then grinned broadly, his tail swishing slightly against the seat. Indeed, here's the start of a great friendship. We clinked glasses together and drank. Whatever it was sweet. Despite its viscosity, it actually went down smooth, but left a slightly burning sensation which wasn't unpleasant. Oh, yum. This is delicious. What is it? Elder honey wine. It's imported from the continent to the west. Quite expensive, but well worth it. Oh, I see. Thank you for sharing it. I just wish it could have been saved for a better occasion. Nonsense. What better occasion than to celebrate the company of an interesting and handsome traveling companion? I felt heat racing to my cheeks and my groin. Stupid alcohol. Several hours passed while Silas and I chatted about various subjects. He mostly filled me in on different facts and events about the world. He still hadn't moved from his place by my side, even though I assumed he would right after the lesson had ended. It was nice to be being able to chat with him like this. It seemed more natural than sitting across from each other in separate seats. Honestly, the history lesson was a bit boring, but seeing how excited Silas got when he talked about magic and great mages, I couldn't help but be just as excited. He made this world sound so fantastic. When my memories come back, I hope to remember some amazing things about magic and mages. As Silas and I talked, the scenery around us changed. Before, we were traveling on the open road without much around aside from open fields and sparse trees. Along the way, we started getting into a wooded area. Trees had become much denser and the road narrower, but still easily travelable. Soon, we were surrounded by large trees. Many leaves began to turn various shades of red and orange, as if they wanted to mimic sunsets they had witnessed. It must be fall then. So I can remember fall and other seasons, but I can't remember where I'm from. It's interesting how, I don't know how actual amnesia work, but amnesia and, these things where it's well, I can remember seasons and stuff, but I don't know anything else. I remember my name, don't know where I'm from. I remember what a carriage looks like, but I don't remember magic. Not cool, brain. Yeah, cool. Before I knew it, the sun was starting to set. Whoa, how long have we been talking? How long have we been talking? I'm not losing my voice, it just gets... for some reason when I work out, or read visual novels and I guess talk a lot, my throat gets kind of, icky. It had to be a few hours, but it only felt like minutes chatting with him. Even though he's a stranger, I felt safe with Silas. Like I could talk to him about anything, and he'd listen or share a story of his own that would make me look at the world in a whole new perspective. It's weird. I don't feel like I've known him, but there's still a feeling of familiarity. Silas cleared his throat, pulling me from my thoughts. Are you alright? Huh? You've been staring at me in silence for 2 minutes now. Crap. My cheeks heated. Sorry, I was just lost in thought. Oh, did you remember something? Silas raised an eyebrow in anticipation. No, well, yes, sort of. I saw the leaves outside, and knew that it meant its fall. It made me wonder why he could remember something like that and nothing else. The mind is a mysterious thing. Perhaps the colors had special meaning to you, and that helped you remember. Or perhaps it's something so basic that you couldn't forget. After all, even without your memories, you're still able to walk and talk and do other things that seem natural to most people. Silas placed a hand on my knee. Uwu? I'm sure your memories are still there. You just have to give yourself some time. He glanced out the carriage window. Looks like it's about time we stop for the night and set up camp. We're camping out here? In the woods? Yeah, I mean, does a fox shit in the woods? What do you think? Yes. Wouldn't it be better to keep going until we reach the academy? It shouldn't be too far, right? We did make exceptional headway. However, I'd estimate we still have about 4 more hours of travel ahead of us until we reach the academy. Traveling at night is inadvisable, putting aside the possibility of running into bandits. There are monsters that enjoy hunting at night for easy targets. And we're somehow better at camping than going in a carriage? Should we push through the night and tire the horses, that is exactly what we will be. Camping in the woods with who knows what is better? Sure, that makes so much more sense. I think he's being sarcastic, but I can't tell. The carriage pulled off the road, and he made our way into the woods a short distance, just far enough not to be seen from the road. I'm sure you know better than the amnesiac, but isn't camping in the middle of the woods even more dangerous? I guess it was sarcastic. The carriage pulled in a halt, and Tila stood and opened the door, allowing me to exit first before exiting himself. When I got outside, I saw Mr. Gerda hump down from the front of the carriage and walk up to the horses. I hadn't really paid him much mind before because he didn't seem out of place, but I hadn't known about Beastmen and the other races. He was an older man with salt and pepper hair and a receding hairline. His beard matched the hair on his head and was well groomed. He wore a simple white shirt and vest, nothing near as fancy as Silas's outfit, but it definitely seemed a step above what I assumed common clothes would look like. I turned back toward Silas. Don't worry your handsome little head. We brought a tent. That doesn't make me feel any better. Silas made his way to the back of the carriage, and I followed him. Attached to the back, between the wheels of the trunk of sorts, was a trunk of sorts. It wasn't too big, just enough for a few essential supplies, and I wondered how they fit a tent inside of it. Silas opened it and pulled out a cube. Magic. It was kind of small and fit in the palm of his hand. He held it in front of me to see. Ta-da! Nice cube? Why, thank you. I appreciate the hint of sarcasm as well. This is the tent I was telling you about. I'm guessing it's magic, then? It's one of those arcanums you mentioned? Silas gave me a wide grin. Handsome and smart. What a nice combo. Yes, it is arcanum. It doesn't look like much now, but it has a large inner capacity than its outside appearance would suggest. Come with me. Silas guided me to a short distance from the carriage to a small clearing, where the trees didn't grow as close together. He grabbed my hand and handed me the cube. Alright, listen to In order to use an arcanum device, you have to first know what it does. Well, technically, you don't have to know. Sometimes it's fun to just wing it, but if you know what it does beforehand, it helps avoid using one that many have been designed with more explosive or dangerous purpose. Anyway, you know that this is a tent. All you have to do is toss it where you want it to be, and then speak its command. Pitch. I stepped forward and tossed the cube into a spot that seemed relatively clear. Pitch. As the cube tumbled toward the place I aimed for it, and it opened and broke apart. As it disassembled, colorful cloth and rods sprung out and began to fit together. Several clicks and rolls together. There was now a small tent pitched and anchored to the ground right where I tossed the cube. Magic is so cool. Wow, that's awesome. I should have had you pitch the tent for me more often. Wait, I should have you pitch a tent for me more often. Good job. Uwu. The joy is short-lived as I noticed the size of the tent. It doesn't look big enough for 3. They were traveling with just 2 of them, and possibly wasn't an issue for them to fit in close proximity. But trying to fit a 3rd would likely work unless 2 of us were spooning or something. I mean, he is a fox, but I'm guessing it's one of those, Witcher tents or Harry Potter tents. Silas, I don't think the tent is large enough for all of us. Silas looked at the tent. I see your point. It appears to be a tight squeeze to fit all of us in it. I suppose one of us could sleep outside while the other 2 share the tent. Since you're my guest, what would you suggest? Don't leave the guy outside. I just want to, be ooh-wee. I think if you and I were to sleep close together, we can fit in the tent. We can all fit in the tent. Oh? And would I be the big spoon or the little spoon in this scenario? Let's have him choose. I mean, I would be the little spoon. Are we ever saying who's the spoon? You can choose whichever you're more comfortable with. I'll keep that in mind. Silas walked past me toward the tent. As he passed, I felt him brush his tail against my leg just for a moment. Follow me. Wait, are we gonna? Yeah, we're gonna spoon. I followed Silas into the tent. He opened the flap and stepped inside, and I followed behind. Holy. The tug got bigger on the inside. That's what he said. How? Magic. What? Come on. Magic! I figured that. So the tent is just another cube that holds a house instead of a tent? Yes and no. The tent merely acts as a threshold. The question, what happens if somebody pokes the outside of the tent? Think of a tent as a door. You start in one room, and then you walk through the door and enter another room. It's just that this door currently connects the woods, where we were, and the house, where we are. Oh, so this house isn't inside the tent, this house is just somewhere else, kind of thing? I think I get it. So the woods outside of the window there aren't the same woods as the ones we were in? Correct. As you can probably tell by the green leaves, it's not fall here. Wait, are you telling me you connected us to the other side of the world? The tent? Silas smiled. Precisely. Yep, magic's amazing. Oh, you're definitely gonna have to show me more magic sometime. So why didn't we use that teleportation magic to get to the, place? Academy? Looking forward to it. For now, let me show you where you'll be staying for tonight. Silas led me up the stairs and down the hallway. Inside the house was definitely big, and I had a feeling there was much more to see. But Silas stopped in front of me at the first door on the right. He opened the door and he stepped inside. Is that a California king? Damn, look at this room, and the size, and look at that bed. I don't think I've ever stayed in a room this nice before. Well, I suppose I don't know that for sure. This is where you'll spend the night. There's an adjoining bath chamber through the door. Feel free to use any of the sundries in there. I've seen sundries before, but what's that mean? Sundries. And yeah, we're at time. Sundry. Various items not important enough to be mentioned individually. Huh. Sundry.
Sundry.
Huh. Okay. Well, with us hitting that 1 hour mark, I think that's a good time to call it. Oh, and this game doesn't have a gallery? Oh, sad woo. I need to go through all the, visual novel things, because I made a visual novel list, and I don't think oh, no, wait, it did have that. I probably should also list whether it's canceled development or finished. Because that would also be a little important to me. Because if it's finished or cancelled, then that means that's pretty much the end of that, and I don't need to worry about doing the thing that I do with, oh, let's see, what's the ones that I'm doing right now? Let's put it back here so we can look at that Twactive Fox. Yeah, Dawn Course, where I'm like, have we run out of stuff? Nope, there's more. Or, yeah, Echo is development, Chemo's in development, Shelter's in development, Sugar Lane's in development. Oh, I should probably delete that older one. Sileo's in development, Smoke Room's in development. Oh, there's a Halloween episode. Is there anyone that we're currently doing at the moment? Sugar Lane, Smoke Room, Sileo, Dawn Course, Chemo, and that other time slot's all completed. I think even Arches is completed? I don't want to do that one at some point. Yeah, that's in a whole Echo thing. But yeah, it's gonna be the end of this Let's Play. Woo! Hey, quick look. So, if you want to play this game, it's free on itch.io. Unfortunately, it's cancelled. It's a cancellation update. What did it say? Unfortunately, due to all the setbacks mentioned in previous blogs, Wu going through his own life balance. Ooh, and a recent cancer diagnosis from mom. Oh, and then his own? Ooh. His own health issues. That sucks. You know, both for game, but also especially for that person's life. Man. That's too bad. Yeah, well. Hopefully they have, the diagnoses ain't that bad. And also they have the money to deal with it, because if they, let's just say, live in America, that's the pretty penny. Hell, pretty nickel, if I'm going to extend that English saying. Yeah, that's gonna be the end of this quick look. So, comment, guys. Like, comment, some you like, dislike, tips, otherwise. If you like me, YouTube, and like Zero, then please like, subscribe, and check out the videos that we go. And please remember to spay near animals that control the pet population. And if you want to play this game, it's available for free on itch.io. But let's just make sure that, okay, yeah, no, there's an external link. Oh, to Fairy Paradise? Discord. I was like, what is this thing? It's like, oh, it's to the Discord community that I'm already part of. No, wait, is it? FPVN? Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. And if you want me to do this as a Let's Play, then tell me. I will give it a point, and I'll put it up higher on the list once I get through all the ones that people were telling me about. And until next time, another quick look. Me, GamerWolfSix, of some other game. So thanks and see ya. Oh, yeah, I guess we should do the random number generator before I do that. Because I forgot to do it the last couple of times. Random number generator, give me something to do. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 through 5. Home somewhere else. Okay, I guess that will be, let's see if I'm getting this correct, next week's one. Yeah, until next time, thanks and see ya.